Okay, here we are back in Anima, Gate of Memories, the Nameless Chronicles. And we're going to do something that I really didn't do much of in the original Gate of Memories, and that's the
As
conversations.
I see it, in the area we are in, we don't have much freedom. There is only access to two of the essences we need, one on the right and one on the left. At this moment, it's all we can use to our advantage. With luck, you'll be able to reach them somehow.
So anyway, I was actually expecting the whole team-up thing first, but I guess we have to learn how to play the Nameless and everything, so...
This seal, it is connected to the Byblos. If I get the existential energy of the messenger to whom it belongs, I can destroy it, and I will be one step closer to reaching the foundations of the tower.
Okay. So I don't remember how to tell them apart exactly. But I was looking at the achievements, it looks very much so like you do have to fight the same bosses. Oh, that's a... okay, we'll go this way. There may be extra ones because... some enemies are invincible if you don't find the weak spots. Okay. Since Nameless is going down while the other ones were going up. Now, I don't know if we have to find memory fragments or something else along those lines. Got a life fragment for our trouble. So is there anything over here? There is an achievement for finding, I think, all the purple items like that, so you want to make sure you get those. Pick or place? Well, it looks like we can't really do much with that at the moment. I spoke too soon. So it's a little annoying as there isn't a map here to highlight where all you can and can't go. I don't know if I just guessed correctly, or... So he is high level, if nothing else. Seems to really rely on shockwaves for his damage. Can't believe I missed this. So can I actually go? No, I can't. So no, I don't remember what all these items do, it's just... we'll cross those bridges as we come to them. Although we do seem to have quite a few items already. Piece number 3, should I be concerned? The answer is yes. I don't think there's anything I can do over there. It's going to be a little ironic if this one has more puzzle elements in it than the original did. Death Anima. Here we go. Kiesel recovers key, self-explanatory. Get existential points. Okay, they didn't pull a fast one on us here. Oh well. There's probably a lot of secrets hidden here, it's just I don't have the time to go too in depth. See this over here. Let's toss this on. So it lowers my crit stuff, but I get key regeneration, which is pretty important, I think, for him, since he might live and die by that. Okay, toss this here, I guess. This looks like a fight. So I want to look at the edges, just to make sure that there isn't any hidden platforms. Oh well. Then, since this is a platform, I have to remember to look up every now and then. All that for a life soul? So we have to fight the next Noah here, I'm betting. So air slash is something I want to get. Can't get that one. Wow, so the only things I can get is either another point in key or something in key regeneration, or I could try to skill up one of these, assuming anything actually does skill up at 3. Looks like no, so you're kind of forced for your early builds. Be associating both groups. Didn't mean to go over the edge, but sure, we'll go with that. So there probably needs to be some restructuring now since I have multiple pieces. Well, quite a few pieces. So hey, air slash already came in handy. Nothing down there except for pain. I want to make sure that there's an item down here. Oh man, they put me all the way back here. That far. Don't really want to take a blind leap of faith here. Just wanted to double check that his double jump is more about vertical positioning than distance. So I looked around this piece, I didn't find any other secrets or anything, so just slap these all together and we'll be on our way. So I'm kind of wondering if this is supposed to be his nexus or hub world, or what we're going to call wherever he goes between worlds. Because so far I definitely prefer the tower. I should also mention it's possible that there could be new loot available in different areas just because of the way these all align. So that's one of those things I should be keeping an eye out for, but I'm kind of slacking off. Anyway. Well, that could have been a tad dicey. Been down there already? So when you... Hey.
Today is a day full of surprises. Who could have imagined I'd meet more people able to walk around here?
And you are?
You can call me Zero, if you want. As for what I am, I can only tell you that I'm someone who can move around freely in this place. Like you. The only thing that matters is that I have no intention of facing you.
And what is this place? Do you know what is happening in it?
The name this place receives is the Tower of Arcane. As for the rest, I'm really not sure. In my own way, I'm as lost as you are. I can only say that this is a place of memories, made of memories. Probably I myself am one of them. Maybe even you are. Everything you see here has been created around the memories of beings of great power. We who live here call them the Messengers. Entire worlds made of their lives extend in all directions. Could be said that they're the masters of Arcane, but at the same time, they are its prisoners. In front of you is the world of one of those entities, and in the deepest zone, hidden in the nucleus, Messenger himself.
If you know, tell me how to get to him.
It's not so easy. Everything you'll see is real and unreal at the same time. If you want to reach him, you must open a path to his consciousness. For that to happen, you'll have to obtain fragments of his life. Gather enough of his memories to summon him. With 3 of them, you should have enough.
Thanks for the information, Zero.
So, very much like the original game.
Hello? Is anybody there? Please! I need help!
First, calm down. Tell me, what's going on?
During the attack, I came to redistribute the energy of the prison towards the outer protections of the Cathedral, but everything fell apart and I was trapped by the rocks. Please, help me!
Calm down. I will break this door open.
You will not be able to destroy it. Its supernatural protections are too powerful. You'll need the authorization of a maester to open it. There must be one in the atrium or in the training area. Please! I don't know how much I'll be able to endure!
I will be back soon.
So that fight went a little rougher because apparently the flames damage you. That does cripple your mobility to a degree. Assault attack's the best way to start. That's the Y button, I believe. Those are out of the way. I don't remember what the significance of combos were.
The security system of this place completely blocks access to the outside. If I want to be able to pass through here, I would have to turn off the mystical protections down there.
And opening the door to whoever is trying to enter. Figured the goon squad would be waiting for me on the way back. At the end of your existence, when everything seems lost, there will be a light that will brighten your way. Save it for the fortune cookies, please. When there is no light, when you don't have anyone with you, come to the sacred place and pray. Sword of Erynnes. I'm gonna keep using. You know what? You guys probably want to see the sword, otherwise, I'd just stick with the ancient. So this is a lot better if you're gonna fight like Ergo. If you want to fight like somewhat balanced, the other one's gonna be better. Never forget your duty. Give your blood and tears, since the captive must not leave.
This place is used to test the combat skills of the priests of Erynnes. If you at least pass the first test, you'll get a mark that will allow you to access the inner rooms. Of course, nothing prevents you from doing the other 3 tests. They're not easy, but I suppose the reward is worth it.
We can look into it. You always have the option to come back later. Do you want to start the initiation? Nope. Only a maester can do this one. Statue seems to lack a sword. Yeah, I think that's too far away. Pop this now for the health. Yes. So yeah, those are things we can do later on in the game.
Congratulations. See that you achieved the mark of Erynnes. With it, you can access the inner rooms of the Cathedral. I think you'll find interesting things there. Now I have to leave. Other issues require my attention. I guess we'll see each other soon.
And you can't really step on his... you can step on his mask. Didn't look like it had any texture though, which is a little disappointing. Abyss, hope, temple, loneliness, death, light, dark. When there is no light, when you don't have anyone with you, come to the sacred place and pray. So we're looking for darkness. Loneliness. We'll talk to him.
What are you doing here? You are supposed to be protecting the Byblos.
Calm down. Always being so tense is not good for your health. I've only projected my presence here. You're just seeing a shadow. The Cathedral of Erynnes. This place brings back so many memories. Having trouble moving forward? This place uses a system of supernatural keys to lock its doors. Each entrance is linked to 3 different codes. To unlock the doors, you must activate only the 3 statues that correspond to the verses next to the door you want to open. Use your imagination to solve it. Don't be a crybaby.
So he didn't tell us anything anyone who has played an RPG before already knows. Come to the sacred place and pray. Okay, so I was actually looking for the temple. So I imagine these are for the memories. Oh crap, I pushed the wrong button. Wow. I thought he would put up a lot more of a fight than that. Kiesel. Can't actually jump into the fountain. So I'm actually looking at the minimap right now, so I can see where they're coming from. So I can only afford to get hit by them twice. So did anything actually change here now that I've killed them? Yeah, he is definitely a lot more like Ergo. Bear could keep moving upon landing. Ergo had to stop, as does he. So I wasn't sure if there was anything up here, but looks like not. And these camera angles really suck. Looks like it was level 4. So that just makes me hit harder. Very... well, there's a case we made for that one. Yeah, I don't know if the energy beam is really worth it. I'm gonna take this. So let's see, if I get this, I think I get... mana? Why does he even have mana options here? Because he doesn't actually use magic. He only has ki. That's odd. Oh, I do need Death Eater, though. So remember, Bear read these. Nameless is lazy. People say that everything that inhabits the world has a predestined fate long before they even exist. If that's true, there is reason why Rametek, old Dalux, would never know the relaxed life that he was supposed to have as the eldest child of a powerful noble family. He was just 4 years old when he was sent by his father to the Cathedral of Erynnes. For centuries, the ancient building received the firstborns of some of the most important bloodlines, unique lineages endowed with exceptional qualities. The cathedral was no academy or anything similar. The people could never leave the building. Once there, those great doors would not ever let them leave. The children, and of course Rametek, would take a long time to understand why, the reason why they should be there. Erynnes was unique, perhaps the most important place in all of creation. It wasn't a cathedral, nor a place of worship. It was a prison for a creature that none of them could understand. Years passed. Rametek felt as captive as the thing that the inhabitants of Erynnes were guarding. As a child, he found it really difficult to understand why he should devote his whole life to become a jailer. He cared little that the prisoner, which is how they called the entity, could bring with it the end of the world without them. How could Rametek want to protect a world that he had not even been able to know? All these concerns crammed into his mind while he was driven with the other children like him to the inner containment chambers. When the huge sealed doors opened, Rametek beheld for the first time the appearance of the prisoner. It was a huge lump of meat that had not, even remotely, a humanoid form. He had read that it was the remains of an ancient deity, the body of an unholy god who died trying to reach the world. Nothing's ambushing me. At the end of your existence, when everything seems lost, there will be a light that will brighten your way. So end of existence, when everything seems lost. One of those is despair. One of these is death, I think. Well, we know light is one. Everything seems lost. End of existence. End of existence, because despair should be everything is lost. I'm gonna guess sacrifice, perhaps? Wrong thing. Ah.
The seals of defense that separate the cathedral from the outside are still functional. I could turn them off, but whatever is out there could force its way in.
So I will disable that eventually. Oh, death, right here. Hold on, where's the priest at? Protections react to the Maester seal that I have.
You are late. A lifetime too late. Here is where I died. Here is where he was born.
Here's where he was born unlocked. Another strong impact shook the central structure of the cathedral. The attack had increased its power from the previous one, which meant it was just a matter of time that they would surpass Erynnes' mystical defenses. Somehow, these creatures had discovered the existence of the sanctuary and its prisoner. Those who lurk in the shadows had lost their leader not long ago, and they probably thought that the entity sealed in the cathedral would allow them to rise against the world for a second time. Rametek had lived his whole life within these walls. Despite his childish reticence, he had come to love them as much as he loved all the people who were at his side. It was ironic that only now, that everything was in danger, he realized his true feelings. The priest was not a normal person, he was perfectly trained. Swift, he went to the chambers where the prisoner was locked and began diverting part of the supernatural power of the seals to the external protections of the building. It was a risky move, but would allow Erynnes to resist the attack with minimal effort. Just an instant before the system was activated, a huge explosion destroyed the entire central structure of the cathedral and the whole place went down, crushing Rametek and everything around it. Holy! Well, he takes off 2/3 of my health with one shot. Shouldn't have made me angry. So anyway, we were told that the people here aren't really here, it's just their shadows that are. So Rametek apparently is dead in the real world. It's possible that Capel could be the same way, even though he's the one who deserves him more than any of them. I didn't actually look to see if Malekith is on the list. I'd prefer to do that one last. Never forget your duty and give your blood and tears, since the captain must not leave. So duty, sacrifice, and prisoner for this one. Which I think are all right here. The order has to matter. Oh, I have the wrong one. That's punishment. Come on. So I'm trying to remember, because I think this was a trap. Terrified, Rametek tried to move, but his body was trapped by debris. Above him, the bloody meat mass of the prisoner, impaled by some broken columns, twisted, tearing his flesh further. The blood of the creature began to sprout from the wounds, and Rametek only watched helplessly as it slipped between the fallen stones towards him. After a few seconds that felt like a lifetime for him, the blood spilled all over his face and ran down his forehead to reach the corners of his eyes. Blinded, the priest cried, filled by a primary horror until everything fell silent. When he opened his eyes, the world was not the same anymore. In an instant, the rocks that had blocked his body became ashes, and the dark form of the priest rose between them. What stood there was no longer a person, not even a mortal being. Rametek looked at what was left of the prisoner. None of the priests, Erynnes. None of the priests of Erynnes? So yeah, there's some sort of translation mistake there. Yeah, I don't know, there's something missing here. None of the priests of Erynnes had... never understood the truth? So I'm gonna go on a limb and say that's supposed to be the priest of Erynnes had never understood the truth. That was not a god, only discarded remains. He confused the priest with the door, exterminated on his way both the attackers and all the survivors of the cathedral. For him, none of them were people anymore. He only saw blots on the move. Existence when everything seems long. I don't know.
The seals of
Come on in. What the hell's Druaga doing here? If he wants to sit there, I just have to do this then. Demon Exterminator unlocked.
He should not be in irons. This
What?
place twists the rules to try to stop me.
So yes, he should not be there, true. But irons? How many different ways do they pronounce this place? So what does the alchemy special do? I don't know. So if Druaga was out here, I was expecting there to be a memory. Looking to see if there's like a platform hidden somewhere that I can jump onto. Because I think there was a memory hidden up here in the normal game. Can't go that way. This one's annoying me. Okay, the combination to the door. Instead of light, it's actually hope. Death, despair, and hope. Hope is supposed to be the light. So we got Vel as a seal, you need that for the merchant. I think there's an achievement for getting 3 of those, and each time you give him one, it's supposed to change his inventory, if I remember correctly. So, how am I for memories? I have 3 of Rametek, so we can fight him now.
This place resonates with the essence of the messenger. I could invoke it if I gather fragments of his memories.
It had been 10 years since Rametek left Erynnes. After what he considered his awakening. With some melancholy, the dark priest stared at the ruins around him. His eyes perceived everything as only he could, an environment in which the material and the spiritual world formed a swirling chaos. That abomination was something that Rametek had learned to hate, and its mere vision upset him so much that with a slight fit of rage he destroyed what remained of the central chamber of the cathedral. While fragments of the walls fell around him, turning into ashes, the priest wondered again how he could have been so blind his whole life. Like 1,000 times in the past, he silently thanked his God for blessing him, for opening his eyes to the truth. Existence was a sin. The whole creation must disappear. That absolute truth, which only he understood, had become his gospel, an intrinsic part of his own nature. The world in its folly would consider him insane and would try to stop him, but they could not. Nothing could. Someday he would awaken the only God. Someday the whole existence would come to an end. That was his destiny. So what is this? Aha! So we can reach Arcane through this. That takes us nowhere. So was I able to come here the entire time?
Welcome to this, my humble room. My name is Velez.
Remarkable. I don't know what you are, but just looking at you makes me uneasy.
Calm down, you have nothing to fear. I'm not an enemy. Though I suppose I would not consider myself an ally either. I am neither a memory nor a guest of the tower. You could say I'm a simple intermediary.
So I don't know how to give him the soul thing. Like if I just want to swing my sword, this one's a pretty good one. If you want to cast, this one's the way to go. So that gives you more Thanatos stuff. Improves Thanatos skill damage. This is what I was looking for. Increases the fragments of existence you get. I'll take that one too. Now that is pretty handy. The immortal skill is what will keep him alive from being one-shot as a 1-minute cooldown. There might be some fun things you can do with this later on. Combat attack, magic attack, vampiric attack. So this one's one that I need to give another look at later on down the line. Wrong button. It's kind of odd that I have to push the select here too. These in place. So yeah, I'll sacrifice the key regen. That does confirm that he cannot access the tower proper. Let's see what Rametek's up to, shall we?
Welcome, Deathbringer. I am Rametek, the priest of the end.
Talking to you is a waste of time. You are not even real. A mere shadow.
Maybe what you see is not my true self, but what has been called to this Tower of Memories is undoubtedly me. You speak with a shadow, and with me.
You are just another puppet of the Church and the Order of Nathaniel. Food for their lapdog, ergo mundus.
You're wrong. In the same way that it is true that everything you have seen has been organized by the Church, what is at stake is much more than what they believe. The one of us who survives can absorb the power of the others, be the dominant personality when the gate of memories opens, and the one who is beyond returns to the world. You know, I had always wanted to meet you. In a way, we are both very similar. We began our journey as mortals, but we were touched by something superior, and we transcended to the truth of the world.
And what is that truth?
That everything that exists is destined to disappear.
Something we agree on, but you will go first.
I love it! Come on, fragments of death! Try it!
I see the world through the eyes of God. I am the only truth. You will discover that before what I represent. Even death may die.
Not even death can escape from my eyes. Not even death can escape from my eyes. Let's finish this! Your victory, it's useless. You cannot stop what's going to happen. These eyes, they've seen it. The end of all existence.
It seems that reclaiming the essence of Rametek is going to be a bit more complicated than we thought. The presence of Baal rejects you. I could try to reclaim it myself, but I guess you're going to say no.
I can force it. Take the essence with me.
Then do it. We will need that energy to be able to open a breach to the foundations of this place, or we won't be able to stop Baal. But be careful. When you claim it, it is likely that our friends from Nathaniel will detect your presence and present themselves here. Make sure you are prepared before doing so. I'm going to leave a portal open here so you can move freely and return. Again, you can't say that I don't lend a hand. I'll wait for you in the Nexus.
I know. It's him again.
It's too late for Rametek. I have already destroyed it. You won't be able to reclaim it now.
So you can talk after all. Who are you? Are you one of the messengers?
You are the ones who call me that. But yes, I suppose that you could say that I am one of them.
Are you the one behind all of this? The one who brought us to the tower?
Maybe you really don't know anything. Maybe you are just another pawn. But even then, it doesn't matter. You must be stopped. Your world won't be saved.
You monster.
Enough. We don't have time. This place won't hold itself much longer without Rametek around.
You. Leave her out of this. I'm sorry. I know that you want the cool guy spot in this drama. You even brought your own attire. Nice coat, by the way. But the role is already taken.
Dark Messiah, I'm afraid that letting her out won't be possible.
You really don't know who you are messing with, boy.
Let's end this. Your story.
This place. It can't hold itself together anymore.
You were saved by the bell, pal.
And so, the story goes on for you. Just a little more. Girl, you should wonder if you really want to become an instrument of salvation.
So with that out of the way, we're going to be putting the break in here. Overall, I'm not really impressed by the boss fights. It's way too much for this early in the game. There's very little recourse you have. And even then, that's still kind of generous. So I should get this one so that I don't run out of ki in the middle of the fights like that anymore. And I also want the Immortal here so that I can not get insta-gibbed. So I'm going to try to get Death Incarnated and stuff for the next fights. And I may want to look into... Actually, that's pretty tempting. So the range slash isn't really that good. I imagine it might be better when I can fire off 2 at once, but yeah. So yeah, that's the 2 boss fights in the Cathedral out of the way, and like I said, I'm just not that impressed. There's just too much too early. I kind of want to tell Rametek that Jonathan Capel called. He wants his moveset back, but yeah. So anyway, I am going to just walk around and trigger an autosave. We'll pick up here next time and move on to Area 2, and I'm not entirely sure what that's going to be. But anyway, until then, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. Oh, what have we here? Actually, it's the same scene, isn't it? Well, there you have it. So, see ya.